It doesn't matter in which way you're brainwashed. If yoga is Hindu, then gravity must be Christian. This must go.
If you're saying that yoga is a separate thing from Hinduism or Hindu religion, a forceful inclusion of yoga in the school curriculum.
Well, you never protested forceful inclusion of physics or chemistry, did you?
No, first yoga is a different thing.
Why is it a different thing?
It's an exercise.
No. It is not an exercise. If I tell you, please learn something about your inner mechanism, that becomes forceful. Why? The British left in 1947, but they have not walked out of our head yet. That's a problem.
But there comes the conflict between individual liberty and faith.
I'm not asking you to worship any god. If you breathe, your faith will go away. If you don't breathe, your life will go away. You have a prejudiced mind. What to do? Please explore and see.
So there's a chanting before the prayer.
You know the meaning of the chant?
Yeah, I know that. One Sahana, Vavatu, Sahana.
What does it mean? There are 100 different differences between all of us. Is it not important we chant Sahana Vavatu? Now, Surya Namaskar is not about sun worship as some people think it is. Surya Namaskar is about integrating the sun within you. There is no life on this planet which is not solar powered. All of us are solar powered, whether it's a plant, animal, insect, bird or human being. Essentially, we are solar powered. If you manage this solar energy within you in a certain way, then you will live a certain quality of life. Surya Namaskar or Surya Kriya, it is a higher level of practice. If you do these practices, you'll learn to manage your energy well. This is needed for everybody. I refuse to recognize people as Muslims or Christians or Hindus. I see human beings as human beings. This is a technology for human well-being. Let's understand that.
But that's like implementation of yoga needs such a concept.
Yoga was implemented by previous governments, nobody would have protested. Because a particular government, now a particular party is in power and people recognize that as belonging to a certain community, these problems are coming. Otherwise, right from 1947, if everybody said in all schools you must practice yoga, gladly everybody would have practiced. I'm saying people are taking a political stand. The problem with the country right now is people have predetermined stance about everything. This must go. All intelligent human beings look at every issue as it is. What's good for us, we must choose that, rather than taking predisposed positions on everything.
If you're saying that yoga is a separate thing from Hinduism or Hindu religion.
See, if yoga is Hindu, then gravity must be Christian. Let's all float around, let's not be available to gravity. There is no such choice. How the human mechanism works, it doesn't matter what you identify yourself with. It doesn't matter in which way you're brainwashed. But you must understand, human mechanism is not your making, it is nature's doing. A profound understanding of that and how to bring that to its highest level is yoga. Every human being should make use of it irrespective of who they are.
You said that your Isha Foundation is teaching yoga in schools also. A forceful inclusion of yoga in the school curriculum.
Well, you never protested forceful inclusion of physics or chemistry, did you?
No, first yoga is a different thing.
Why is it a different thing?
It's an exercise.
No. It is not an exercise. Forcefully, you are made to learn the chemistry of the plant. You call it biology. Forcefully, you are made to study the chemistry of a frog by creating unspeakable cruelty to the frog. But if I tell you, please learn something about your inner mechanism, that becomes forceful. Why?
About the faith we are talking.
The faith problems are not faith problems. These are political issues. As I said, if yoga was brought by another party or another government, nobody would have protested. Unfortunately, it is being brought by a party which is recognized as Hindu. Because of that, this problem.
You said that yoga is a science, but most people believe that it's a kind of faith or it's a practices.
Who is that most people?
I believe so.
If you believe so, I'm telling you, then you have not practiced yoga, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you assume things which you have not practiced, which you are not exposed to, what can I do? See, you have no exploratory mind. You have a prejudiced mind. What to do? Please explore and see. Just do yoga and see whether your faith will change or not.
In the Surya Namaskar case, they don't want the chanting at that time.
There is no chant in Surya Namaskar. Whoever is adding it.
But today I had a breakfast from here. So there's a chanting before the breakfast.
Before any of the chant?
Yeah, I know that. One Sahana, Vavatu, Sahana,
What does it mean? Let us eat together, let us be together, let us generate energy together, and let us create something beautiful together. You see, the problem is that not what we need is this country right now. In a diverse nation like this, where there are 100 different differences between all of us, is it not important we chant Sahana Vavatu? That let us be together, let's do things together, is it not very important? Why is it against your faith or my faith?
When you think of yoga, you might think of stretching and exercise. But it's more than that. Yoga helps make our bodies and mind strong and healthy. It's been around for a long time and is a way to find inner peace and harmony. It helps us clear our mind and keep our bodies in good shape. Yoga is like a special gift from a different culture that can make you feel happy and healthy. The word yoga comes from an old language called Sanskrit, and it means to bring things together. Yoga is all about making our body and mind work together in a peaceful way. This is like when you feel really connected to everything around you, like you are a part of it all. When this happens, it is called moksha, which means being free in the best way possible. Yoga helps us feel happy and calm. Even when things are hard, it teaches us important values like being thankful and taking care of our planet. When we practice yoga, we become free and it makes our life better, filled with happiness and peace. Yoga has been around for a very long time, since the beginning of civilization. According to a story, the first yogi was Lord Shiva, who taught yoga to 7 of his students. These students then went to teach yoga to people in different parts of the world like Asia, the Middle East, Northern Africa, and South America. But we don't have exact proof of when yoga first began. Some people think it started in northern India about 5,000 years ago, before people started writing down the stories and information. There was a time when they lived and shared stories verbally without writing them down. Long ago, around 2700 BC, in a place called the Indus Saraswati Valley, people were found doing yoga poses on seals and fossils. This suggests that yoga might have been practiced even earlier, but we don't have written records from that time. The Vedic period was a time long ago when people in India followed the teachings of the Vedas, which were ancient scriptures that taught them about their religion and way of life. The word yoga comes from a very old language called Sanskrit. It was first written down in a book called Rig Veda, a long time ago. This book talked about different things that priests used to do, like special ceremonies, saying special words, and singing special songs and mantras. Later, in a book called the Atharva Veda, people learned that it is important to control their breathing. The Vedas are very old books that were originally shared through stories and talking instead of writing. In the past, Vedic priests don't spoil themselves and did special rituals called yajnas. They also did poses that are now part of yoga. During the pre-classical period, which was a long time ago, people were starting to create new ideas and ways of doing things. They were figuring out how to make life better by inventing new tools and coming up with the clever ways to solve problems. This was a very important time in history because it set the stage for even more amazing discoveries and inventions in the future. During this really long time, people called Upanishads were really important in the history of yoga. They helped us understanding that the Vedic literature meant by looking closely and explaining how our bodies and minds work. They also talk about important lessons from our spirits. Out of 108 papers, 20 were about Yoga Upanishads. These papers talk about different ways to do yoga, like breathing exercise and meditation. Back then, yoga was split into two types, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. The classical period was a time in history when many famous composers made beautiful music. Some of these composers were Mozart, Beethoven and Bach. Their music was played by big orchestra with lots of different instruments. People still enjoy listening to their music today. Long time ago, there was a special time for yoga called the classical period. This was when people started to realize that having a calm and peaceful mind was really important because of doing yoga. During this time, yoga became a part of Buddhism and Jainism. Buddha was the first Buddhist to practice yoga, focusing on meditation and poses to become enlightened. Jainism also adopted yoga with the guidance of Mahabhararat, who thought that meditation was important to achieving salvation and moksha. The Bhagavad Gita is a book with 700 verses where Lord Krishna talked to Prince Arjuna. It teaches us about doing the right thing, gaining knowledge, taking action, and having love and devotion. Lord Krishna says that yoga is about finding balance and unity with nature, which brings us happiness. Maharshi Patanjali was a really smart person who knew all about yoga. He wrote a special book called Yoga Sutras to teach people about what yoga is all about and why we do it. This type of yoga was called Raja Yoga. A long time ago, someone wrote a book talking about yoga and another philosophy called Samyakya. They found that the two philosophies are connected specially. Natha dances and martial arts both use special techniques from the Yoga Sutra to make their movements in dance and combat look even better. During the classical period, people thought it was really important to pay close attention and be present while doing yoga. This made yoga very popular during that time. And the post-classical period is a time after classical period when things were different. It is like a new chapter in history. The post-classical period was a time before this year 1700, when many yoga teachers were famous for creating and improving this special form. Some of the famous yogis during this time were Acharya, Trayas-Adi, Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, Meera and Purandara Dasa. And Shankaracharya spent his life working on Jnana Yoga and Raja Yoga, making them better. He also taught people to meditate to help them feel better and think more positively. Other people who practiced yoga like Tulsidas and Purandara Dasa also studied and learned about yoga. One type of yoga called Hatha Yoga, which includes physical poses and breathing exercise, become very popular and is still practiced by many people today. The time in history when things become more like they are today. Swami Vivekananda was a yogi who helped to make yoga popular in recent times. He believed in using yoga to stay healthy and strong. The illustrious individuals such as Ramana Maharshi, Ramakrishna Paramahansa, B.K.S. Iyengar, K. Pattabhi Jois, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Vivekananda played a pivotal role in the dissemination and widespread acceptance of Hatha Yoga, Vedanta Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Yoga has evolved significantly throughout history, with various theories proposed for its cultural dissemination. However, as we are into the 21st century, the core of yoga remains rooted in the harmonious connection between spirit, mind, body, and nature. Explore the cohesion between the traditional practice of ancient yoga and the innovative techniques of modern yoga, allowing for a deeper understanding and appreciation of the evolution of the ancient art form. During the ancient times, humanity possessed a profound comprehensive of the authentic essence composed within yoga. This divine practice aimed to establish a harmonious bond between individuals and the encompassing world, emphasizing the civilization of breath and the liberation of body, spirit, and intellect. The wisdom of our forefathers has illuminated the significance of maintaining the pristine mental state, leading them to embrace the regular practice of yoga as mean to purify both the physical and spiritual aspects of our being, liberating us from superfluous impurities. As we marvel at the journey of yoga through the ages, let us embrace its timeless wisdom and transformative power. Whether you are a seasoned yogi or new to the practice, take a moment to reflect on the profound insights and ancient techniques that have been passed down through generations. Join us in honoring this sacred tradition by integrating yoga into your daily life, fostering inner peace and nurturing a harmonious connection with yourself and the world around you. Together, let's continue this journey of self-discovery and enlightenment through the practice of yoga. As you know, Sadhguru has undergone a brain surgery. Watch this video now to know the latest updates from Apollo Hospital. Share this video to spread the message. Thanks for watching. Pranam.